Greetings and welcome everyone to my first impressions of Volgarr the Viking. Now, Volgarr the Viking is a throwback to the harder days of gaming back in the days of the Sega Genesis and the Sega Mega Drive and the Sega Master System and Sega Saturn, I guess. Also, I guess Super Nintendo, if you're lame, I guess. But basically, you are this Volgarr the Viking, and you are on a quest to slash these demons up. Why? No one knows. Should you care? Not really, just you gotta go kill stuff. There really isn't a deep or intricate plot to this game. Like I said, it's going back to the days of old where there was no plot. Plot schmlot. That's what I say. We don't need plot where we're going. Because we got big swords. Who needs anything else, really? Alright, so I just died there. Okay, that was pretty rubbish. But actually, now that allows me to show you something that's pretty interesting. Alright, so this little thing here, this little giant glowy thing, or crystal thing, that crystal thing is the checkpoint. You only get like one of them like every 10 or 20 minutes. It's something ridiculous like that. It's pretty insane. So yeah, checkpoints are pretty scarce, this little thing here is a power-up. If we pick this up, it will give us a new shield. There we go, and we can also kill a guy. So now, if we want to, say, block an attack, we can just not do anything at all, and then it will block an attack. So that's something that you should keep in mind. So if you want to block an attack, just don't do anything, and then it'll get auto-blocked with your new shield. A new power-up that this shield allows you to do is one of these. By holding up, you can then charge up your spear. Now, spears are pretty useful because, well, they can also attack multiple people at once. So if we got like 3 guys here, oops, hold on, let me charge it up. Right, okay, I need a bit more room. Alright, so if we just charge it up, we can attack multiple people at once. So once it's charged up, there we go, we got multiple people killed, which is very nice. And then we can also use them as platforms, which is also something that's pretty interesting. So if we ever get stuck in any area, we can just use these as platforms, jump up about, and that's how we can platform about. Actually, the platforming is surprisingly tricky. If you've played Castlevania and you thought those controls were bad, then oh my god, if you thought those controls were like really tight and like you could barely move that guy at all, then welcome to Volgarr the Viking, because my god, this guy, like, he jumps in the air, you can't move him at all. He can flip around, no problem, but you can't change his momentum at all. So like, if he jumps in the middle of the air, you can do a sort of like a double jump to try and help. Like that little swinging, that can help change as well. So if you can jump forward, double jump back, that's about it. But once you start jumping, you can't really change it. You really can't change his momentum as you jump unless you do a double jump. So that's something to keep in mind. It's quite a bit difficult to get used to at first. Alright, so if we smash this little treasure chest, we'll be able to get a new goodie, which is this little thing, which is a pretty, honestly, it's a pretty ridiculous helmet. It looks goofy as all hell. It looks like he just found it in like his mother's wardrobe or something like that, and he was like, oh, I'm a pretty little boy, aren't I? It doesn't exactly look badass, at least not in my opinion. I think it looks really goofy. Alright, we can also do this little jump, this double jump here, which allows him to do a little spinny attack, which is pretty useful for killing enemies. So if we just go over here, wait for him, and bam! Just like that, we get killed. And we can also crouch and attack enemies, so if we need to attack an enemy who is low, we can also do that. We can also attack while climbing up stuff and as such, which is very nice. Something that is actually pretty odd is how if he like goes down a rope, his back hand is on the front of the rope, but it's just sort of like shaded like it's behind it, which is just a bit odd. It's nothing important or game breaking at all. It's just something that I thought was a bit odd. So now we've got this little guy here, and he's like a flower or something like that, and yeah, he's pretty easy to take down. You just gotta stay over here and then shoot him with your little spear. Spears only have a limited range. They will disappear after a while. You see there how like you can throw it, you can just see it disappear, like it just enters like some sort of void zone where it just no longer exists at all, which is pretty odd. Alright, so now let's just watch out for this guy up here. There we go. No problem. Oh, that's also something I suppose I should mention. We can roll by crouching, then pressing A, or I believe space, or Z or X, one of those buttons. I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller, so I apologize if I don't get the correct terminology for the keyboard controls, but by pressing down on the analog stick, or D-pad, this game also supports the D-pad, which is nice, but the Xbox 360 D-pad is complete trash, so you won't be using that. So if you just crouch down with the analog stick, press A, we can roll, which is really nice. For some reason he rolls and he looks the opposite direction, which is odd. Like if we're walking this way and like were to roll, he'd look left, and if we're walking left, roll, and he looks right. It's odd. It just seems a bit different, that's all. I would like it if maybe we could make it so that he just looks the direction you were like facing. Some of the platforming is really tricky, like that. Ow. Alright, we gotta watch out here, and also you want to press LT because because that will give you a wider zoom or wider shot of the screen. Like you see here, we can now see these traps, but while we were up there and it was all zoomed in like that, we probably couldn't see those traps and we would probably die instantly to it. So you want to make sure, like when you're doing that sort of like movement and stuff like that, you want to zoom out so you can see a lot around you. So you saw there, we now have a wooden shield instead of our normal super shield. What that means is now we are no longer as powerful as we were. Power-ups will increase you, they will up your power, so to speak. So with our wooden shield, we can take a few hits. We can't block everything, which is a shame. We can take, I think, about 2 more hits with our wooden shield until we can, until it breaks. And we also can't charge up our spear. It will we can still use it. We can still use it just fine, no worries. But we can't charge it up, which is a real shame. Right, so, shit. Messed that up. Right, crap. That is a real problem there. How long it takes until you can respawn, which is just something that I really do not like. Also, I would like to mention, look where we are. We did not get a single checkpoint in that whole entire time. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing this game. It is very scarce when it comes to checkpoints. Like, if you want checkpoints, then go play Dark Souls or something like that. That game is more giving when it comes to, like, checkpoints and stuff like that. So this game, yeah, it's pretty hardcore. Alright, so now let's just get across, and now here's a good risk versus reward sort of thing. We can just, oh, damn it. Right, yeah, so I was gonna do like this fancy thing where the little mook guy, I don't know what you'd call him, like the little reptile guy would come up, and then I'd like do a little jumpy thing like that, and I'd get them both. But it's a super high risk versus reward, because if you mess up, you'll just lose an attack, and then But if you do manage to get both at once, oh my god, it is like the best feeling ever. That is what this game is. It's like, you'll either go insane playing it and get enraged like nobody's business, or you'll feel like a god. That is really what this game is. It's sort of like, shit. It's sort of like, shit. That's exactly what it's like. Also, sorry, that's something that I've been instinctively doing, is clicking Restart World while in this starting section, because you do this Mega Man beam in, which is totally kick-ass, and it's also much quicker than waiting for the animation to play out when he dies. When he dies, you, like, I actually counted this out, so from the very time he, like, starts to die to the second that you get back in control, it takes 5.5 seconds for you to play that respawn animation, which is just ridiculously long in my opinion. Like, I come from games like Super Meat Boy where the respawn animations take about like a quarter second, if that. And so when it's saying like, oh, you can take, shit. See, that's what I was talking about with like high risk, high reward. I could have gotten both of them at once, but I didn't. But yeah, so when it takes like 5.5 seconds to do one respawning animation, like I'm gonna try my best to like speed that up as much as possible, as like however I can. So, like, we can respawn much faster like this than we would have otherwise. So, that's something to keep in mind with this game. But, that being said, once you do get to, like, the next section in the game, you won't be able to restart the world, and you will have to watch the death animation play out, which is just, it's so annoying, because it takes forever. Also, look at that convenient lightning blast when I got that power up, so lucky. It was super clutch, like, I could have died there. That was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty awesome. Oh, take that. Oh, I was facing the wrong direction. I could have saved my helmet. No. Oh, shit. And I also messed that up. Alright, get rid of this B. There we go. Yeah, so this game is pretty damn tough. It is, like, super hardcore. There we go. Alright, give me that jewel. I'm not 100% sure what the jewels are for. I think they're just for, like, leaderboards, scores, and bragging rights and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of leaderboards. I mean, this game is already pretty hard enough. I don't need to, like, try and make it even more difficult with, like competing for high scores or anything like that. Also, something that's interesting is, like, when you do, like, a little, double jump sort of thing, it will really mess up with your momentum. Like, you just saw there, like, I jumped over here, over that little section there, and it looked like I was going to die, but then I did a double jump, and that is just really odd how that works. Also, look, you couldn't see those spikes at all, so I've fallen onto those spikes so fucking much, and it just pisses me off. So now you know about it, so you don't get to fall onto those. This game has a lot of trial and error in it. It took me about 80 minutes to beat the first actual level. Like, this level, it took me about 80 minutes to beat it my first time around, which is just ridiculous. Oops. I forgot you gotta flick it to the left, not to the right. It's like, you gotta go left and then go to yes, rather than just moving it to the right. So that's why it was messing up there. But yeah, so it is a difficult game to try and get right, because you got to get like so many things right. Also, we can also do that downward spike, downward strike, which is pretty neat. Nope, screw you. I got a lightning bolt hat thing. All right, there we go. Up we get, and see you later. Yeah, so you got to go get so much right when it comes to this game. You got to make sure everything is pretty much timed perfectly. You got to have like perfect trial. You got to have like perfect everything. You got to have like. It is insanely tough. So that is something that is like the main selling point of this game. It is tough. And I feel like I would be perfectly fine with this game being tough if it wasn't for the respawn animation. That is my biggest problem with this game right now. Like, everything else about this game, perfectly fine. The only problem I have is with the respawn animation. I actually looked into the settings to see if there's a way to skip it. I checked like fast start load between stages thing. I thought that would maybe do it, but no, that doesn't actually seem to change anything really, so that's a shame. Oh, gonna miss? Nope. Clutch. See, that's why you gotta use that double jump, man. It's so awesome. You can get that B if you like time it right, but he's just gonna be in the exact right spot. Also, now because I have all of my upgrades with me, because I have the super shield, because I have my hat, I will now be getting a new power! By the power of Grayskull! I have the power! Look at that shit. And now I bet you I'm going to lose it in like the next 7 seconds because of this fucking little thing over here. Look at that shit. Alright, come on. We gotta watch it. Oh, shit. And it's gone. And I also lost my hat. Jeez. Now I'm going to get sunburned because I don't have a hat. And I'm also going to die. Oh, ridiculous. Watch out. That is a good way to kill that little guy, is just to like psych him out. You get him onto the pole, he'll fall on it, and then his fat ass will break it, and then you can just carry on. You don't need to fight these guys, by the way, so you can just like jump past them. Whoops. Alright, now this guy, he's a toughie. Right, okay, so you gotta be real careful with him, because... Oh, shit. Okay, we gotta be careful here. Right. Got one more hit, and I will die. Nope, gotta be careful. I can't be messing about. There we go, very nice. Alright, now I can get my wooden shield back. There we go. And now zoom out when you're doing this shit. Okay, because look at this shit. It's fucking spikes up the wazoo. Alright, now let's do one of these. One of these. Okay. Use the hammer. Or not hammer, sorry. Use the sword. That is what is useful about the sword. When you get the mega shield thing, you can use your shield, not shield, sorry. You can use your spear to get rid of all of them, like charge it up and then get like 7 of them at once, and it's really cool when you do that. But when you don't have that, then it's not exactly the best course of action. Now, as I mentioned before, you can use your little arrows or little spears, sorry. I get the terminology of these things wrong so much. I apologize, but you can use your little spears as platforms, and that's what you can use them as there. And you can also use them, like, even if it's, like, not 100% needed to, like, get past a certain section, you can just use, like, the platform, the swords, spears. I'm gonna get it right one day, I swear to God. You can use the spears as a sort of way to just, like, help you maneuver around. Also, check this out. That confused me for a while. You had to, like, place that over there. That took me a while to realize. Ow! Right. Oh! See that? See what I was gonna do there? Because I'm so freaking used to clicking that thing. I thought that was exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but no. That's bad. Because if I restart the world, that will restart me from the very start of the section. So now, this is, like, ridiculously tough, and I have no idea how long this game is. Like, if it's like 40 minutes long, it's gonna take me like 2 decades to try and reach it. So it could be like 10 minutes long in terms of actual content, but it could take me 10 years. Like, this game is like, you want to see some actual content? Fucking prove yourself worthy, mate. It is not for the faint of heart. It's like, why do I have to give you content tell me why I should. And you're like, please, sir, look at me, I'm so badass. And it's like, I suppose so. So you gotta prove your worth to this game, essentially. That is pretty much it. Alright, I need to watch out here. Alright, come on. There we go, take that. Come on. Oh, ah, shit. Oh, nearly clicked the options thing again. Or restart world. There are leaderboards, but right now, because I'm playing it before the game's actually officially released, they aren't exactly live, understandably so. Ah, crap. No! I have such a big problem with that. Because the animation takes so long, I've instinctively started myself to, like, restart the world instead of actually waiting for the animation to complete. And it's just like, oh my god, it's gonna drive me... I've, like, restarted the game so many times like that, like... You do not know how difficult it was right there just to not press restart world. Like, this is really, like, difficult for me to not want to just press it. Oh my god, I have, like, the biggest, like, craving to just want to press it. Also, here's a nice little trick. When you're doing this sword thing, hold on, let me try to learn English again. A, B, C, D, right. When you're doing a sword spin attack, you can also press the attack button and you can launch a spear, which is pretty good. So if you want to, like, place a platform while also spinning around acting cool, you can do just that, which is good. And it also allows you to, like, maybe perform multiple attacks at once when you're attacking certain enemies. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright. Oh, there we go. Very nice, very nice. And done. Here we go. Oh, shit. Okay, so the little spears, arrows getting shot at you are pretty dangerous, but you gotta remember that, like, the key to the platforming in this game isn't the jump. The jump, pretty much worthless. You want the double jump. The double jump is your friend. The regular jump, he's a dickhead who, like, everyone hates, so don't listen to him. Okay, so that's what you gotta do. Fuck. I suppose I'll just end it there. I'm only like 6 minutes. I suppose I could maybe try a bit more. Am I only really 6 minutes in? It seems like I've been playing for a lot longer. I don't know. Oh well, let's just carry on, I guess. Alright, there we go. Okay, so, actually no, let's go to the options. Screw it. The controls are fully rebindable. You can change the little inputs with these things. I don't know what input 3 is for, but input 1 is the keyboard. Input 2 is your, like, analog stick and stuff like that. Input 3, I guess it's just, I don't even know. I guess it's just for, like, it's not a second player or anything like that. For these, you can also, oh, so for, like, up and attack, you can also do those for, like, dedicate a full button to it. Oh, that's nice. And you can also, like, turn off the rumble button. That's good, I like that. Actually, hold on, let's make that the Y button. Make down jump B. Let's see what happens when I do that. Alright, so we can press B, and we can also use... Oh, we can now press Y to launch arrows instead of having to hold up, then attack. That's nice. I like that. Oh, get wrecked, mate. Holy shit, I didn't even plan on doing that. Oh my god, did you see how fucking owned you got? No, you didn't, because you died. My god. That was amazing. Sorry, right, options menu, that's what we're talking about. Options, there are a few graphics options. Full screen, you can go from full screen to windowed. Bilinear filter, that just sort of makes everything blurry. High color, 32-bit. This was really glitchy for me for a little while, but thankfully, like, I sent an email to the developer, and they've been so nice. They've been so very nice. Like, I've been sending them emails back and forth trying to figure this out, and we've actually managed to get it to work, which is brilliant. So we managed to, like, troubleshoot it together. Like, I managed to give him, like, jack all information, and he managed to decipher what I was saying and actually fix it. So thank you, developer. I believe his name's Taran? I think it's Taran. Oh my god, I'm going to feel so bad if that's not your actual name. So it's one of the developers of this game, and they've been really nice, really kind. So that's that. The sound effects, we've got volume sliders, which is just brilliant. I love me some volume sliders. You can turn the music all the way down, and the sound effects all the way up. I've actually been turning the music down quite a lot because I haven't really been enjoying the music that much, and I've actually been playing this game while I was just, like, listening to some of my own personal music, like Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend and stuff like that. So let me just turn the music back on for this video. Settings, we got speedrun HUD, which is just basically, it'll show you the time and stuff like that. Like, what is this, 16 minutes? What is that supposed to mean? Have I been playing for 16 minutes? What? But yeah, then you've also got ignore leaderboard errors, I don't know what that means, and fast start between load stages, I don't know what that means either. Leaderboards, reset game, not even going to be bothering clicking that. So the graphics options are nice, but something that is actually pretty annoying is you can't actually change your resolution option, it seems. Like, if you try to use the mouse, like for example, it just moves the freaking main screen around, so it doesn't actually do anything when it comes to like the resolution. You can't actually change the resolution. You actually have to change your desktop resolution first in order to change your resolution for the game, which is just odd. And it's so like just a few options just to change the resolution in game. That would be lovely. I would love that. So if you could add that in, developers, that would be absolutely grand. Ow, you dickhead! Screw you. Yeah, look at your bones getting spread out all over the place. My god. The animations of this game when you die and other enemies die is pretty insane. Like, I think more bones go out of their body than there actually are in the human body. Or at least, like, the specific bone that's going out anyway. Because they're like, do snakes even have that many bones? Like, they have the exact same amount of bones as I do. And I don't think snakes have the same amount of bones as a human does. At least, not to my knowledge anyway. I am not, like, very well versed in terms of snakes though. So I may be wrong when it comes to that. But anyway, so that's been vulgar. Is vulgar like a pun? Is that supposed to be like, it's vulgar? Ooh, this game's vulgar? Not actually vulgar? I don't know if that's supposed to be a pun or anything like that. It might be, but I'm not sure. I'm not from Denmark, so I don't really know that much about like Vikings and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll have to excuse my lack of knowledge of Vikings and whatnot. I do know a guy from Denmark though. Cool guy he is. So I suppose that's really about it when it comes to Volgarr the Viking. It's, well, not out on Steam right now, but it will be out on Steam in about, like, 7 days or so, so you can feel free to pick it up when it comes out, or I think pre-order it as well, so go pre-order it and stuff like that if you like the look of it. I think it's really cool, but oh my god, is it tough. This game is bloody tough. I'm just so glad it doesn't have lives. Oh my god, if they had lives in this game, I would not be singing its praises right now. I would be cursing the developers, but thankfully the developers aren't stupid enough to actually put lives in. So thank you, developers, for actually having a brain and using it. Top show, my lad. Top show. So yeah, that's been Volgarr the Viking. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. And GG. Ah, damn it. GG.